Greetings. My name is Matthew Rackham, and welcome to Star Labs. I wish. But in all real life, I'd like to get ahead and show you how to make some homemade Play-Doh. Now this is a fun activity that you can do with your children to help break the boredom, get some science into the mix, and just enjoy spending time with your children. I mean, let's face it, here in the pandemic, we have spent a lot of time at home with our loved ones, and all that time together can somewhat drive us crazy. Normally, we would take our kids and send them off to school. They would spend the majority of their time at school. We would spend the majority of our time at work. They would come home, go play with their friends, and then they would have some allotted screen time. However, now it is all screen time all the time, and that can be a little bit bad for children. So I looked up some ways that I could engage my children and find some economical means to continue fun activities and have a great time. That being said, all of the ingredients here, if I was to buy it straight from Walmart, a 5-pound bag of flour, a big old can of table salt, the cream of tartar, and oil, it would cost me $8.61. Now that is a bargain compared to any type of Play-Doh that you would go out there and buy. So this is a very economical activity you can do with your children, and it'll last for a good 2 months as long as you store it in a good, dry, cool place. So starting with, I have this recipe from Sabrina. She has a column called the Home Cooked Play-Doh. And we're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Put that air into our mixing bowl. Then we're going to add 1/2 cup of regular table salt. Nothing neat about that. Followed by 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar. Now you can find the cream of tartar in the seasoning aisle. It is just a simple, something that is usually used for baking and whatnot to make things light and fluffy. And then we're just going to go ahead and mix everything up, get it into a nice mix. Now, when I was looking through my research, typically I use food coloring, but I also discovered that I was out of food coloring, and usually you can get that in the baking aisle. So one of the recipes that I found there was from a Kimberly on the best Play-Doh. She stated that she uses Kool-Aid food coloring. So right here I have a little high C packet there. We're just going to dump that in. Go ahead and mix that up there as well. Once we have this all mixed up nice and thoroughly, we can start with our wet ingredients. Now there is 2 tablespoons of oil there. It can be any type of oil you want. It can be olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. Doesn't really matter. Now this is where you want to be really careful with the little ones. I just recently poured this in here, but this is 1.5 cups of boiling hot water. We want to mix that in there, and we start to see the mixture to change a little bit. You'll see it here in a minute. Again, we're going to use our utensil here to stir it up a little bit just to get everything incorporated really well. Once everything's incorporated, that's when we can pull it out and start having fun with our young ones. Now, as you see, I've already laid out a place here for me to go ahead and make up my mixture so I don't create too much of a mess and it's easy for me to clean up. I would suggest doing the same for you, but it's not really necessary. You can use anything like an old newspaper, wax coloring paper, or wax paper, or aluminum foil even. Whatever helps make your life a little bit easier. But once I get that mixed up in there, now it's time to pull it out. And this is where the fun begins. Now this is also one that helps us start working through with changing the states of matter. As we saw, everything was a powdery mess, and now it's starting to turn into a went from liquids and powders into more of a solid state. And it's not as solid as our first example is up here, but you'll see as it goes on into it, you just got to keep on kneading it and let that dough or that hot water interact with the rest of the dough and the flour in there. If it continues to be a little bit sticky, that's what I also have the flour over here for. we can continue to add some flour. Just go ahead and sprinkle it on top or around your working area. And once you just fold it in and knead it in as you go. Now this is great time for your children to get some stress relief and get messy in the process. Sometimes they get a little bit frustrated with a lot of stuff they can't control out there in the world. And this is a really great process that they can come through. They can start kneading this and manipulating it and making everything just to be a place where that they can control themselves. After you knead it for a while, and eventually it'll get back to the original state of our dough right here. Now this, all you have to do is store it for about into a airtight container, and it'll be good for anywhere from 1 to 2 months. Marcy Ucci from the Child Health Net stated that in her column that after you store this for about 2 months, you'll notice that it'll start to get a sourdough smell. When it does get that, it's best to dispose of it. Now, disposing of it is easy. You just go ahead and put it into the garbage. Don't put it into your drains or anything like that, because it will just clog up your drains. This is regular, great Play-Doh stuff for you to use for later on, and I am glad that you participated in this demonstration. Have a great day.